Hello, testing 1, 2, 3. Is the sound good or not? Waalaikumsalam to everyone who's giving salam. So this week we will be doing our live stream in English language. So for those who are not keen to English language, can stay tuned to next week live stream. So we will be doing an interval live stream between English and Bahasa. So let me do a little setting for my live stream. Pop-up chat. Highlights. Boom. Great. So disclaimer before we do our live stream session. It's good to have a disclaimer. I am not a certified financial advisor. What I'm going to share this week is based on my personal journey or experience in forex market as a forex trader that had been trading for over 10 years. So my content is just a general commentary and should not be regarded as an investment advice. Forex is very high risk, trading is very high risk, so it's better for you to consult a certified financial advisor before you do anything foolish regarding the financial market. Past performance is not a guaranteed, and that's it. So let's start with the first question. Why don't you trade on December and January? Things you would have done better in your manners of approach if you're starting your trading journey afresh. Actually, there is a way to trade during December or January, but we need to see it in a bigger scale. For me, I will look into it as a quarterly manner. Let me show you. Let me open my whiteboard first. So we will be going live for 1 hour this week. So this live will be a short one. Don't worry. You won't notice it just end like that. Sorry for my English, it's not very good. I am still practicing to be a better English speaker. So my whiteboard is loading. Oh, you cannot see. This is very explicit content. GVL untitled. This one I think. Wait a moment. Oh. I think we can start here. All right. So for me, as a swing to position trader, I usually look into a year of trade as a 4-quarter trade. So in 1 year, for example 2026, we are approaching 2026, or we can mark 2025 to 2026. Okay, so this one will be divided into 4 quarter: quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And this one also will be divided into quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Okay, so for one quarter, this is a side notes. For one quarter, it's involved, for example, quarter one, it will be from January, February, how to spell February? As long as you understand. And March. So for quarter two, we will have April, and then May, and then June, and so on. You know, so on. Let me just write it down. Let us complete the notes. July, August, September, and for quarter four, this is October, October, November, and December. So this is the notes for what quarterly. What is, I do not know how to pronounce it in English. I do not know how to spell it in word. This is how I see a year in my trading year, something like this. I divide it into 4, and then from those 4 consists of 3-month interval. Which is for quarter 1 January until March, quarter 2 April until June, and so on. Okay, so let me proceed to the crucial part. So there is a specific way for me to lay out the market from my point of view, but actually from from my point of view, my English is very bad. So I think the way that I am explaining to you will be more confusing. But bear with me. Try to understand the essence behind my message. So I see the market as a beginning and an end. Beginning to the end. And this in the middle part is like progression, maybe progression. There's a word for this middle part, but I forgot. So I think I call it as a progression. So it have a start. I know the Malay word, but I am finding the right word for it in English. When you write a book, it's like you write a book. So a book has a beginning, and then there's something that I forgot, and then you got the climax. You got the climax, and then you got the ending. So what is this as? I forgot. I do not know what is the term in English. I forgot. So this as is the progression, how the story evolve. So if we convert this into one quarter, this will be January, and this will be February, and this will be March. Okay, and this is for quarter 1. And the thing is, you ask me about why I do not trade on December and January. It's actually depend on how the story develop. So I see the market as a full story. It has a beginning, it has a X. I do not know the right word. I have known it before, but I forgot. So we call it X as a progression. So how the story progress between the quarter, and then what is the most important thing that happened during that time. That is the climax. And then the story have a time limit. You know, you go through days by day. How to put it in word? You have time limit. For example, in a day you got 24 hours, and then currently it's already been 23 hours and 30 minutes. So you have a balance of 30 minutes before the story ends in the day. So between this 23 hour and 30 minutes, is there anything significant? Is there any news, any changes in the market that worth of a term climax? You know, like a big thing in that quarter. Is there anything? If there is nothing, the climax might happen in the last 30 minutes. But if this whole 24 hours do not have any climax, that means the next one will be the part where the story become very interesting. It's building up to become a good story toward a climax. So we need to know how the market develop towards the end. Okay, so let us go over here. This is for quarter 1, and if we draw for a quarter 4, the beginning will be on October, and then the progression will be on November, and then the ending will be on December. Okay, so during the beginning, we do not know how the story gonna develop, but during an end, we already have sign how the story gonna end. We have the beginning and we have the progression. But if November, for example, in this November, we can divide it into 4 also. We have W1, W2, W3, and W4. For example, the climax happened during week 1, or the climax happened during week 2, and then the conclusion will be on week 3 and week 4. So this 4 week of December is just a boring chapter after a good fight. So it's very unnecessary for you to trade during December, because the liquidity will be very slow. The market will be having a lot of sideways, because the story already concluded for that year, and then you just catching the side quest. You know, when the story end, like for example, you watch Solo Leveling, you have read the manhwa, you have seen how Sun Jin-woo won the battle against Antares, and then after that, it's just a side story where he become a teenager, go to school. It's very boring stuff. So that is happened in December. So you can just skip that part or reread the manga. I hope you understand my. It's like, for example, you watch Avenger Endgame. It's very good, very style. But now Marvel movie is very rubbish. You think you do not want to see it. They do not have Captain America. They do not have Iron Man. They just have a lot of boring stuff. So you might as well skip the movie after the end game, because the climax, the conclusion already gone beyond the viewers' expectation. So now, for this December, it need to conclude to a bigger story. For example, this is December 2025, and then it will meet with January 2026. I'm sorry, I'm gone, bro. my wife called me to take a biscuit because I have the biscuit with me. Let's carry on. So on yeah, I already forgot what I'm going to tell you. So December 2025 is an end, but this end will be a beginning, or you know, before a beginning. It's like a trailer, something like that. It's a trailer for the beginning. So if the trailer is very bad, so in January you need to know whether in January it's worth to take a risk. But if the trailer is not anticipating anything in January, so you need to see how the beginning develop, and during the progression on February you can start trading. But how to trade in January depending is depend on how December 2025 ends. So it's not that I do not trade during December or January. It's just that it depends on how the story end and how the story begin. It's something like that. I see the market as a whole story. How it start, how it's end. It's very hard to speak in English. My tongue already rolled and I bite my tongue. It's very hard to explain, but I will try my best. Bismillah. So I already answered the first part of your question. Things you would have done better in your manners or approach if you're starting your trading journey afresh. Okay, so if I am starting my trading journey afresh, first I will find a mentor. I know it sounds very cliche, but first 2 years of my trading journey is I'm learning from scammer until I found a right teacher, Cikgu Mansur Sapari. I think you know this name. It's quite famous. So I learned from him. It do not take me a lot of time for me to understand how the market move. So having a mentor is very good. Just make sure the mentor that you choose is the right one. He can trade. He can show you how to do it. Maybe you think that if you are rich, or if you have, you have a skill to make money, you not necessarily need to teach people, because if you teach people, you just somehow become a fake guru, something like that. But you need to know that there's two types of person: the one who cannot trade but teach people, and the one who can trade and teach people. Because someone that can trade, he will surely learn from someone that can trade. Either the person share his content or his knowledge on Google, on YouTube, on Facebook, or anywhere in the social media. He share his knowledge, and you learn from that. It doesn't necessarily mean that you do not have a mentor. If you learn from someone, that someone is your mentor. Just make sure that the trading method is not too jumbo mambo, something like that, too magical. Make sure the trading strategy is simple. So a rule of thumb is like this: market is very complex, but if you can find a teacher that can tell you how the complex market in a simple way, that is the mentor that you need to learn. Because a good mentor can make you think something that is complicated looks very simple. But someone who cannot trade, he will tell you something that is very simple into a very complicated stuff. So you become dizzy, you become very misguided, and then you need to learn from him by joining his course. But if a good teacher, he can explain something that is very complex in a simple way that can change how you see the market from complex into a very simple way. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. If I'm going to start my trading journey, I will go straight to my mentor Mansoor Sapari and learn from him. So I will skip my 2 years looking for bad teacher. And then that's it. There is no like I need to focus on money management, because if I can reverse time and do this again from level 0, I will surely look for a mentor, so my learning curve will be faster, because after I learn I need to practice, and that practice takes more time. But at least I already have a proven trading system that I can practice on. That is the thing that I'm gonna do. So let's go to the next question. Waalaikumsalam. Why is your favorite pair is GBP JPY? Because the movement is very big during big news, and it's quite famous before people start trading SAU USD or gold. What is cardinal base is just a method that I tell people how to look the market in a different way, in a simpler way. It's not a different way meaning it is more complex. I think people that have joined my seminar for cardinal base, we just tell everything about the market in one single candle. So if you understand how the candle form, you can understand how the whole market form. So the complexity of the market, I concluded into one single base. So cardinal means like core or fundamental or the most important thing. So this most important thing in a base, I discuss it or I explain it to people in a very simple way, in a way that they cannot deny how the market form from that base. Please teach time analysis? Cannot. Welcome. I need to catch my breath. For me to speak in English, I need to think in bahasa, in my mother tongue, and then I need to translate in my head, and then I need to pronounce it. So it uses up a lot of time. So I need to drink. Let's carry on. For base break return entry, if it does the normal rejection, then immediately enter the base and engulf it. What's the best approach for it? Let's go. Let's see. Let's draw the question. Okay, for example, you have a BRE setup plus a rejection. Okay. So you have a base. Base. Lock. Okay, so for example, you have a rejection. Okay, Okay, so first you have a rejection. For example, is it a fast rejection or late rejection? This is a fast rejection after a break, price went back, or is it a rejection after price move for a while? So in this case, you can just instant, which mean you can just sell. Past performance is not guaranteed. But before you do this, just make sure the type of base is a base drop. It's a DBD. DBD is a continuation base. So continuation base, you can do this kind of style, which means you can just follow along the momentum of the trade. And another thing, you just need to know what is the trend. Just make sure you do not against the trend. And if it's a late rejection, this late rejection need to be engulfed. Okay, so after it's engulfed, then you have another signal. Okay, so that is the way. It depends on how the market form or how the base react, how the rejection react with the base. Either it's a fast rejection or a late rejection, and then either the base from a continuation base or a reversal base, and then is it the base at the right place, which is it in a downtrend or an uptrend. So rule of thumb, never go against the trend. Okay, just follow the how the market is going. You will be safe, inshallah. Hello sir, can I ask, how can I use supply and demand method in multi-time frame way? Usually I use based on H1, refine last base at M15. Then how can I know that position can hold? I need to look at H1 also and at Z. Okay, you are at the right place, just at the wrong way. Okay, trading is like this. For example, the market is like this is the market, and then the market is like you know, the what this thing is called, like you are going into this hall, and then you have many pathway. Something like this. No. You know, this is like a maze. Okay, maze. So for you to be entering in the market, this is your entry, and this will be your exit. So usually people are focusing on how you want to entry, like the one that you are writing right now. You think like you might want to enter by rolling into here, or you want to like running. So your strategy based on how you enter the market, but you do not think of how you exit. So the first step for you to survive the maze is for you to understand that the exit is right here. You need to know where is the exit. Okay, so the exit is right here. So you need to focus on which way. You need to always keen on your position. For example, you arrive at this point, you mark this place should be just straight for the exit. And then when you go down here, you need to know that this path already you know, you need to follow this wall. Okay, so you follow this wall, and then you count your step, and then you know that you already at the center again. Okay, so you just walk past here, you know this is still the center, and then you walk here, and then you find another wall. Okay, so you need to know that this is the center. If you go up, you need to count the step, and then if there is a way for you to go to center again, then you just make sure you always be on the center, because you have centered your point of view into the exit. So you count your step, you find the middle point, you count your step, and then if you are going over here, you know you are going backward. So you are going to count your step to the middle again, and then you know that if you are going here, you are going backward. Okay, so for example, you go over here, you go backward, but still maintain your position. If you go over here, it's still the same thing. You are from here. So one way for you to go over here, and then just walk through, and then you are finding the center again. Okay, you find the center. Okay, finally you find the center. So you are coming from here, so the right passage will be right here, and then you do not want to go too far from the center, and then you find here, and then you go to the center again, then you find the exit. It's something like that. It's always looking where is the exit. So your problem is the exit. So in the market, how do we find the exit? Is by looking at the trend. It's very simple. So for example, we have a downtrend, and price is currently over here. So you know how the downtrend move, right? The downtrend is, it has an impulse, a correction, an impulse, a correction, and currently the impulse is forming. So you know that the impulse is usually almost the same size as the previous one. So you already know the exit is over here. This is your mindset. The exit should be over here. And then at this point, you can look into how you want to enter the market. So this is the first step, and this is the second step. Let me show you inside the market. Let me open my trading platform first. Okay, so over here we have USD, CNH. For example, we are looking at the weekly candle. So at this weekly candle, we can see that price already do the bearish movement. And then if we can see here, this is like maybe a pole. Osh. Maybe we use green color. Okay, this is a pole, and then this is a channel. And then the channel got broken, and we can find that price already interact with this high channel, and then it's going over here. It's like coincidence, right? This pole, this flag, and by the way, this is not a trading signal. This is just an example on how we want to take a trade, how we want to find the exit first before the entry. So currently I am looking into the exit. If you can see here, this is the projection. I use this pole into this left shoulder in the high channel, and then I created a projection. This projection worth about 650 pips. So that's quite a lot. So we can see over here we got an SNR. Let me unselect first, and then change the color maybe to yellow. So this is a support level, and over here we can also see there is a resistance become support. This is a very good place for us to look into SNR. And then over here we got a rally, base rally. If you can see here, I am using ways to entry for an exit, to identify the exit using finding the next entry. Like this is the part where I'm gonna sell, and I'm looking for where would be the buy be, where would be the buy area, something like that. I'm sorry for my English is very, it's not quite good. I think you can understand because traders speak in the same language. Actually, we speak in a charting language. Okay, so you should understand. Okay, so currently we already have a projection, an exit. We want to exit here. Okay, and then how we want to trade. So if you look into weekly, you cannot find any base, and if you look into here, this base already been too far, price already moved about 500 pips, so it might not be willing to go out here. So you look at the nearest point. So over here we have a swap zone. Okay, so over here we have a swap zone, and price just been leaving the swap zone about 100 pips. So we can look into that at a lower time frame. Now you use multi-time frame. You use multi-time frame. Let me just clear your chat so people can see the chart. So over here you are just using this base as a guideline for entry. This is your exit over here, and this is the place where you are gonna look for an entry. So you use your multi-time frame. Currently we on weekly, so we open on daily and see what we can find. And then on daily time frame, you can see that there is a base in form after the swap zone has been broken. For example, over here, if you can see here, look, there is two important base. One is this one. This is a base drop that created the break. First, this is a base drop that created the break. So what is this? This is called a decision point. But price usually it's not usually, sometimes price take quite some time for it to reach to this decision point, and after decision point has formed, usually price will go down first. Okay, so over here what we can see is price make another base after the break. So this will be a more logical way for you to trade, but just be careful because this is Friday. This is Friday candle, and Friday candle will be missing about Saturday and Sunday. You know, we do not know what happened during Saturday and Sunday. I'm very, you know, it's very hard for me to speak in English. I want to explain, but I hope you can understand. I give up. Assalamualaikum, bye. You got Friday, and then you got Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That Saturday, Sunday sometimes have a, you know, like a data, something like that. So when Monday comes, there's a lot of things you need to consider. So this is not a trade that you can just, you know, entry like that. No, you cannot do something like that, because after Friday you got Saturday and Sunday. You do not know what happened during that two holiday, and then during Monday you will know what happened. So wait for it to happen first before you enter the market. Okay, so on Saturday and Sunday, we call it SS day. Okay, Saturday and Sunday we do not know what happened. So during Monday we need to wait for a reaction. Either price pull up a long shadow like this, or it just pull a short shadow and then just carry long. So we need to wait. Okay, we need to wait. But for training purpose only, let us put this zone into a darker color, so we can see in a lower time frame for this base. This base is quite good actually, because it's already got broken. It is created after a break, and then it got a rejection. It got a lot of things inside it, and then it's created during a downtrend inside a pole formation after a flat channel, and from a right shoulder setup at the high channel. There's a lot of things going on here. So price might go over here. If we can see a little projection or a minor scale projection, we can see that this is a pole, and then we can see a kind of expansion here, and then price already over here, and then it's got broken the lower channel of the expansion, and price might be able to go here. Might, I'm not sure. I'm not the owner of the market, but this is an analysis only, not an investment advice. But we can learn something from it when it moves. When it does move, then we can learn something from it. Okay, so this is like a hindsight. It's not a hindsight because I'm doing a live example, but this is not a signal also. This is just a lesson. This is for educational purpose only. Do not mistaken my drawings for signals. I do not do that. But let us learn from it. So previously we take from daily, and then we got a little rejection here. If you remember, we have a little rejection here. This is the base that we'll be using, and this is the rejection that we are looking into. So usually we go to the lower time frame to see what kind of pattern that happened here. So we can see that price move inside here and then do a little cluster before going down. So this is not a good price action for me, because usually when price making a little bit cluster like this, price usually will do something like this. Usually price will do something. Let me just use this screenshot things. Okay, so price usually will do something like this. Price go to this channel, maybe break this thing, and then price goes up to break this, and then goes over here, and then rise up here. And if we look into the daily, the things that gonna happen on Monday, maybe, I'm not sure, based on my experience, the things that gonna happen here will be a second like a second shadow, something like that, to this level before it start going down. If it still want to sell, something like that. But on Monday, price can also do something like this, just broke the level. So if it's broke the level, then the next place we will wait is at this decision point over here. For example, price did break, then this changed a little story. Price will go over here. So this is how we look into the exit. This will be our exit, and this breakout will be our our setup to go for buy toward here. So this is the thing that happened on daily. And if you got a little movement like this, this is not so little actually. If we measure from here, for example, this base to this one, for example, it does break. This is actually about 100 pips, and then on a lower scale you can see a movement something like this. You can see price be broken like this. For example, price react on the lower channel, and then price go to the lower channel, and then price rise up, make a little, you know, like a little trend like that. So this already broken, and then you got the entry over here, and then price goes up here, break this level, something like that. This is like the future projection for you to look into the market. So the key principle of this method is for you to find the exit first, and then look for the entry. It's very simple. So it's already 57 minutes. I thought already 1 hour. How to avoid taking unnecessary trade? Trade once a week, once a month, so that way you will only choose a very quality trade only. The burning Geng. No solo leveling spoiler. Inshallah. I already give the spoiler. Make short video. Inshallah. Psychology or technical skill is more important. Psychology. If so, why? Because you can have the most perfect technique in the world, but if your money management is out, you will margin call also. You will still lose money. As Warren Buffett says, a lot of people want to get rich, but no one want to do it slowly. Because why did you go full margin? It's because you cannot be patient. You cannot be rich slowly. You want to be rich today. You cannot be rich tomorrow. You cannot be rich next week, next month, next year. You want to be rich today. So you pay the price of foolishness. Salam teacher. Wassalam. How to become a position trader like you? You need to have a business or a hobby. Then you will forget about trading, and then suddenly you become a position trader. How you know price will go there for another 2 years? For those that learn in my cardinal base seminar, I do not do the seminar anymore. If you want to learn cardinal base from me, you need to learn from me face to face. But I do not do personal coaching. I do not do seminars anymore. So that book already closed. You can offer me any price. I will not teach you that, because I will only teach face to face. But you can ask people that have been to my seminar. Ask them about cardinal base. They can even draw a 10 years candle, a decade candle, 1 decade candle, 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. It's not just 2 years. We look into a further future. You think that my trade position has been holding for 2 years? Actually, I am looking into what gonna happen in another 10 years. But the price progress, I think currently my trade is on the 3rd year. So it's gonna be a very long time for it to reach its target. But that is the life of a position trader. It's very boring. So you need to find a business or a hobby that you can occupy your time with. How much money I'm gonna make in trading before buying 300k cars? If there's any money management. So before you are thinking of buying 300k cars, you need to learn how much tax you're gonna pay for that car. So you just pay your tax, make a profit about 10,000 $10,000 is too much. 10,000 is about 50 ringgit, 40k. Okay, this is my rule of thumb. My car would be my 1 day salary. So if you want to buy a 300k car, you need to be able to make that in a day. But in a maximum range, in a month, you should be able to make that money for the car in a month, because you need to calculate the tax you're gonna pay. There's a lot of things. It's not that you just want to focus on doing the loans, because for example, you are buying a 300k car. First year, second year, you can pay the monthly installment. And then the third year, your business not so good. Your emotion not so good. Trading went wrong somewhere. And then you lose the car. You lose the face. Your neighbors say, oh, already become poor people. You have become B40, ma. So you will lose face. So you need to be able to pay that car in cash with your 1 month salary. If you 1 month salary cannot pay for that 300k car, do not buy the car. You will suffer, because you need to pay for the tax and everything. So 1 month salary for the car, another month salary, and I think 3 months salary for the tax. Because if you are buying a 300k car, you need a ride or a good garage. So you need to have a house that is with a very good neighborhood. You do not want to stay at a house that people will get envy with your 300k cars. So you need to save money for a better house, for a better neighborhood also. So the safe rule of thumb, your car should be your 1 month salary. You can cash, but do not buy cash by using loan. But you can pay cash within 1 month of trading or business. Woo! Your Myvi Turbo sold, not sold. I got joy buyer, a lot of joy buyer, you know. People just came to see the car. Actually, they do not want to see the car. They just want to see me. I want to sell the car, but they do not intend to buy the car. They just want to see Hanzo. Hanzo, I want to learn from you. No, I just want to sell car. I'm interested to sell the car. What if I buy the car and then you teach me trading? No. You can learn trading in my YouTube channel. It's free. You just need to subscribe, watch a little ads, and I earn money from it. You hate the ads, you know what to do. Ad blocker. You have the power to do it. You just need to a little bit of effort to make me not having money. Second usual example of normal creeping flat setup. We already reached the 1 hour limit of our live stream. So currently, I am just reading the comment to entertain the viewers before we conclude the live stream. So our live stream, we do not want it to be a very long Q&A session. So every week we can learn a new thing. So today we already show you the decision point, how to find the exit, about the quarterly theory behind how I see the market in a storybook way. So there's a lot of things you can learn from this live stream. So this one you can ask in another 2 weeks. I think you got a batch. So for GPR next week. How to entry using BBRE, you can look into this live stream. Previously, I already tell you about rejection, late entry, and fast entry. You can look into that. Intraday or swing, I'm more to a swing to position trade. A fail to return. Regarding to technical, follow the trend. But if one mistake technical, loss in miss. Something like that. Long time no see chat. everything takes time. Entry, sell, exit, buy, base, probably. Something like that. You when you enter, you do not look for an entry first. Your mindset should be looking into where is the exit. You find where you want to buy, and then currently price did not arrive at the buy spot yet, so you look for an instant entry towards that buy. So that is how you treat your mind to see how the market gonna move next. So when you got the exit, you should be fine, because if price sway away from your exit, that means you have returned a wrong destination for your exit. So that is how you can cut loss fast, because you know price is not gonna move toward my exit. So you can change your strategy very fast. But if you just focus on the entry might be good, but how price develop, you're gonna be lost. You do not know price gonna go up or down, because initially you enter the market looking for a sell, and you only hope for it to go toward the sell, and when the price reverse or do things that you do not want it to do, you just hope for price to drop because you are currently selling. It's better for you to find the exit first, so you know how the market gonna be moving next. I understand you delivered because I studied the way all you teach in YouTube before this. Thank you, welcome. Uncertainty during Saturday and Sunday, monitor price movement on Monday before proceeding. Yes, correct. What is fair to return? You can ask this in another 2 weeks. There's a lot of things we have explained in this live stream. You should look into that first, and then later we can learn about this, inshallah. Explain about aging trader. I'm not sure. You need to Google this first, because I think this sound very creepy. If you know new trader nowadays, what you best advice for them? If you know, I know a lot of new trader, and my advice for them is to find a mentor that do not flex their supercars, but actually flexing what they know regarding the market. For example, they can do analysis, they can explain the market really well, they can speak the financial lingo, they do not use a stupid technique like, it's very confusing. For example, dragon level is a made up name that did not concise with the lingos or the financial market. For example, he just used an SNR, a trend line. You can learn from that guy because he speak very clear regarding the market. But if he use a little term like, you know, something bullshit, sorry for the bad words, but you know, magical line, you do not need that. If he can speak in a financial lingo that's relate with the market, and then you know he can do it consistently, can explain how the market gonna move, you can learn from them. But if his selling point is only his cars, his wealth, his watch, his money, that's gonna not gonna help you, because looking into other person's pocket would not fill yours, but looking into other person's mind will change your mind. Understand? So look into how he deliver his knowledge, how he sell his knowledge, how he show the market gonna move, something like that. But do not find me, because I do not take student anymore, but I do live stream like this, so you can ask me, and then you can practice on your own. You save a lot of money. You just need to spend time watching the ads, because I'm not good in trading, but I do YouTube to earn for a living. I'm not ashamed. I'm just very honest. Not so honest, but okay, something like that. Hello sir, could you please tell me what happened to those trading video? Could you restore or fix access? Actually, there is a thing regarding my country regulation on the financial market. So for me as a YouTuber, I cannot share about financial information too detailed, or the way that I explain the teaching is like, you know, too good to be true, or it's like inviting people to involve in the financial market, like because if you see my video previously, like I made a compounding account trading like from $2,000 to $100,000, something like that. I know it's possible, and I show it as a proof, but that kind of motivation might lead to, you know, something bad, because I am able to do that with my experience. But for a newbie to look into that video, he will think that oh, trading is very easy, but it's not. Trading is the hardest easy money in the world. It's look easy, but if you do it, you will die internally, and then later when your internal die, you will die externally. So it's not that good. And some of my video have explicit content that do not you know, resonates with the current regulation of my country. So being a Malaysian, I need to follow the country of my, you know, I was born here, so I need to follow this regulation, and my nationality is under that jurisdiction, so I need to remove what is against the law. So I'm very sorry, you no longer have an access for it, and I am planning to do a new video that is more aligned with the current regulation and everything, but I do not find any motivation or a big why for me to do that. You know, previously I do YouTube channel because during COVID, a lot of scammers want to scam you by selling how to install MT4 for 4,000 ringgit or $1,000. So I hate that kind of stuff, so I do it for free, so you can look into YouTube. But currently, people already have a job, people already have a secure income, so for them to look into trading, it's like you know, a part-time job or additional income for them. It's not just a main income like during the lockdown or COVID. So I do not see why I need to do this kind of things, because there is no demand. You know, it's not about demand. There is no need for me to teach like previously. You know, it's unnecessary, because you have a job now. You have an ability to do Grab, to find other income that is safer than trading. So if I do videos like previously, I do not think it will help so much, because previously, when during lockdown, you do not have any other income, so you will focus on the lesson. I'm a kind of guy that respect my own knowledge, and I do not want to just give out knowledge and see that my knowledge become cheap. People do not value the knowledge that I give. So if people do not value the knowledge, it's better for me just to keep it inside me. Something like that. Teacher, if I want to deposit 1k USD, do not do that. How many lot I should take? Do not ask that. Medium risk per entry, around 100 USD lot per setup. If you are ready to make a deposit of that amount, this question should not be mentioned in this live stream. You should be ready now. You should know how much you need to trade. So I do not think that you are ready to make a deposit of $1,000, because if you cannot manage smaller account, for example, if you already trade 100 USD and you are trading using 0.01 or 0.10 lot, and then you are comfortable with that range of lot. So if you are depositing higher, you just change the lot because you are flexible or you are comfortable with that lot size of a range, that range of a lot size. But if this question is still inside your head, which means you still undertrained, you still do not have a good grasp of how the market gonna do to you. So use smaller account first. You can use send account or anything, and look into how much is the most suitable lot size for your trading system, and then using that knowledge or that experience, just multiply it with the next deposit that you're gonna make. And this question should already been solved if you have the experience. Woo! How do you manage your time effectively? I do not have time. For example, currently I only need to live stream for 1 hour. Currently I already live stream for 1 hour and 70 minutes. My time management is very bad. It's just that you see me have a lot of time is because I have attained a level of freedom where I can do whatever I want. It's just that people takes a lot of my time that made me do not have time. But if I remove everyone from my life, I will become very boring. So there's a pros and cons. You want time or you want to be boring? Thanks for the explanation. Sub since 2019. Thank you. Okay, sometimes you got member only on live YouTube. So when I make live stream, how to join? So you can look into this live stream description. You can click the join Geng profit Lebih. So that one, if you are speaking in English, I would not recommend you to do that, because that one I will do for my fellow, people that can speak my my mother tongue. So not recommended for you to join if you can only speak in wait, I am reading your comment in bahasa. You can join, bro, only 10 ringgit. Don't be cheeky, give me your money. Okay, so 10 ringgit only. Just click the join button. Okay, show your leg. I do not have your leg. Same advice you get into 2020. Thanks. My advice is very consistent. I am a consistent person. I do not change technique every month, every week. Hey guys, I got a new technique. This is better. This is more powerful, more legit on 2026. This is the latest technique. No. If you want to know a trader is consistent or not, he will use the same thing since he is consistent. Since the day he become a consistent trader, he will use the same thing for 5 years, 6 years. Have you seen me change my technique? It's the same thing. If you go to my seminar, cardinal base. You ask me inside this YouTube live stream, supply and demand, support and resistance, trend. It's the same thing. First find the exit and then you find the entry. It's the same thing. I am a very consistent person. So I will not change the things that are not broken. If it's not broken, why change it? Something like that. So my advice will be the same. Maybe after this 10 years or another 5 years, it is still the same. I want to ask, most losses in trading, how much? You think about $10,000, something like that. About $10,000 is I am a Malaysian. In Malaysia, we do not use a lot of money. $1,000, you already a very rich person in Malaysia. If you ask, like a guru or who flex a lot of his money, he will say he have lost 100,000, $1 million, something of that amount, and then you see his face. It's like a kid that do not have money. But the losses that he attained is like in a demo account. So my biggest loss will be about $10,000 accumulated with the money that I have been scammed by fake guru. And for the bigger loss, like in a bigger capital, I will not count that as a loss because I am trading above the margin, which means I am trading with my profit. So the most loss I have gained in my trading career is about $10,000. But along the way, like I cut loss in a bigger account, I do not count that as a loss because that is part of trading, and it is very demotivating for you to think a lot about that, because if you look in a brighter side, your profit should be higher than your losses. So you should not be focusing on the negative side of the trade, because you need a little correction for an impulse. You need a pullback for it to rise. So that is a part of trading, part of life. But my lowest point in life in trading is about $10,000. How to trade NGAF next week? You do not have GPL. Another 2 weeks. What I know, if I be grading, I can withdraw. Thank you. Welcome. What's the point of learning trade if at the end broker will ban profitable trader? I mean, really profitable, maybe grow $300 to $30K USD. You need to have a strategy. You deposit to broker A about $100. You profit $100, you withdraw. Do not, kepam yang modal. Do not do compounding stuff. Broker do not like compounding. 100% withdraw. Take the money, withdraw. And then 100% withdraw. 100% withdraw. If you want to withdraw more than $100, make a deposit of $200. Trade until 100%, $200 withdraw. $200 withdraw. And then for you to make a fresh deposit, you can deposit that $200 to a broker B, which means the new broker see you as a initial depositor of $200. So if you are growing your account until $100, they will not see that as a big figure, a big multiplier. So they will ignore your account and just approve your withdrawal. And then you go until $200, so you can get back your money. And then that $200 you can trade 100% and then withdraw. 100% and then withdraw. And then, for example, you have already $1,000. Take that $1,000, make a deposit to the broker C or a third broker, new broker. So you become a new client that made a deposit of $1,000. So when you are trading 100%, you get $1,000. The broker won't judge you because you only got your profit. But actually you have history of raping a broker. I do not know the correct term. You are a warrior. Not a warrior. You are a war hero. No. You a mafia. From other broker, you already stolen. They're not stolen. You trade. So the correct way is you are a rapist for the broker. And then you take that money to a new broker, and then you become a clean client. clean client, a very fresh client that you just register an account under one reputable IB. So if you got another problem, you can call out the IB. Hey, please help me, I register under your account, my withdrawal already start, please do something. So at least you can get your money back, at least. And then you know that this broker cannot handle your greatness. And then you go to the fourth broker, make a deposit of $2,000. So you as a fresh client had made an initial deposit of $2,000. 100% $2,000 withdraw. 100% $2,000 withdraw. You repeat this process, and and then the rest is history. Do not focus on one broker, deposit small account, grow until die. Broker do not like that. So just make sure your initial deposit tally with the amount that you are going to trade. So they're not gonna say that you have abused the leverage. They're not gonna say that you are using arbitrage. And if you tell people about how you trade, hey, I make a deposit of $1,000 and I just grow 100%. $1,000 is very normal. Is it not normal to get back your money? So the broker will not argue, and then he just return your money. Maybe he will not ask you to trade anymore, so you can withdraw your capital and then make a deposit to another broker. It's a very simple thing. It's a win-win situation. You use their platform, and if they do not like you, you just go out. But if you make a small deposit and then grow a very big account, it's like you are attacking them. They see you as a threat. They see you as a, like, what's your name? Shaman Code. You can change your name to Shaman Shadow Codes. They see you as a threat. So that's not good. So just make sure you do a proper business. 100% withdraw. 100% profit, withdraw. If you want to make a bigger deposit, make to a new broker. Make sure it's a reputable broker and a regulated broker. And reputable. It has been in the market like for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Very reputable broker. So when you make a bigger deposit, your deposit should be fine. It's regulated, it's protected. So just make sure you do not abuse the leverage. It's very simple. Or not me, friend asked me, okay? He questioned my hustle. So it's better to deposit big, apply to consistent, profitable trader. Just make sure your deposit should grow gradually. You start with $10, and then $50, then $100. Just make sure you can control a small capital and then grow to a bigger capital. Otherwise, you will be losing bigger money and then not having any return from trading. Even broker against us. Why not the price? I'm not sure. Sensei, how to swing if we cannot go above 100%? How to swing if we cannot go above 100%? You can. For example, you make a swing trade. One lot, $1,000. Price reach at the at 100 pips. It's already $1,000. You can partial close, leave 0.50 behind, and then you already got the $500. You withdraw the 50%. It's not necessarily 100% withdraw. You can withdraw 10%, 50%, 20%, 70%. For example, this part of the strategy, we withdraw 50% when the price already reached 100% growth. Partial close, 0.50, and then price keeps going down to 200 pips. So 200 pips is already $1,000. So partial close, 0.25, and then you got another $500, and then you got your $1,000 back. And then just keep that 0.25, keeps going on, and then you got another 100%, withdraw the 100%. Very easy, very smart, very handsome. Hanzo Junior, why you still learn from other teacher like Ajim? Does Mansur Safari technique not enough for consistent trading? At first, it's not at first. At first, I found a lot of scammers. And then I found Cikgu Mansur Safari. His skill, his trading strategy is very good. And it's still good that I made the stop loss too small. And then I am looking for a perfection. So, from Cikgu Mansur's legacy, he has a lot of students. So his student before me, I call them as my seniors, including Cikgu Ajim. He is my senior in supply and demand. So I'm looking into this method, this method, this method. So it's like this. Cikgu Mansur is like no, it's not like the founder, because there's a lot of people bringing supply and demand. But Cikgu Mansur is my guy in supply and demand, and then he has a lot of students. So most of his students have different understanding regarding the market, how to use the base, how to use the pattern. It's the same concept, just different way to say it. So I need to find the perfect setup. I already can make profit with Cikgu Mansur Safari, but I want more. I need more power, you know. Like I'm going to the dark side. I already been in the light side, but I go to the dark side to attain more power. And then I go from one guru to one guru to one guru, and then finally I meet Cikgu Ajim, my last teacher. So Cikgu Mansur Safari is the one that opened the door, and then Cikgu Ajim will be the one that give a conclusion to my journey. So Cikgu Ajim is my last teacher. So he have give me a very solid answer that I need, that I'm looking for the holy grail. You know, I want the perfect setup. So he give me the things that I'm looking for, and then my journey of learning trading from other people ends. And I continue my lesson between me and the market. I am constantly evolve as a trader with the market. So the market is my current teacher. The market has taught me a lot of things. The way that I can see the market further beyond a teacher can teach me. So I am my own teacher currently with the market, with help and guidance from my teacher. My teacher is like the person that give light to my trading career, and those light have shined my way to see the market better. And I improving my trading from their guidance, their advice, and so on. Whew. Using footprint chart indicator for scalping, your opinion on this? Just make sure you can look into price first, because footprints order flow, and the final conclusion for an order flow is the price. So if you do not understand price, if you look into the order flow, you still can understand why price goes like that and like that, because the footprint, whatever it gives you the data, finally we change the price, like CPI, consumer price index. So when CPI rise, you know, when consumer price rising, is a signal for an inflation. And then after an inflation, the Fed will do something regarding the interest rate. So this a lot of things finally we relate to price. So when the Fed change something, change their monetary policy and everything, it will reflect on the price. That's why when CPI news, NFP, FOMC, you see price move very fast. So finally, the final reaction will be toward the price. So you need to understand price first before you go into detail for fundamental, order flow, something like that. How do you confirmation zero float entry? No confirmation for zero float entry, because you are looking at the peak, at the place where no price ever touch. You touch. What's the confirmation? You are the confirmation. You become my confirmation. You do zero float entry, you are my confirmation. You do not have confirmation. I see rejection, pop, I enter after you. But when I see rejection, this one is not a good rejection. Not a good rejection. What happened to you? No zero flow exit. Why is it a video series belajar gone? Because of the current regulation not allowing me to share those videos. Now I understand. Welcome. Find knowledge to Chinese country. It's a proverb. You can find it. So I think I have read most of the comment. And for the comment that I did not read or miss, sorry. I'm not perfect. But at least you have learned something today. Assalamualaikum. Peace. For GPL, we'll see you next week. And for all of you that do not join GPL, we see you another 2 weeks. Assalamualaikum. Peace.